The Bristol Record Office's stereophotographic card collection, which we have digitised and restored, contains about 50 images of the Clifton suspension bridge at its various stages of construction. We will look at these in the context of Brunel's wider contribution to Bristol. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, born in 1806, was one of Britain's foremost and imaginative civil and mechanical engineers at the heart of our industrial revolution. I have restored this rare 1857 stereophotograph by Robert Howlett of Brunel on the Great Eastern Ship launch chains held by the National Portrait Gallery, and compares with the well-known two-dimensional related image. In 1829, when aged 23, Brunel was sent to Clifton by his parents to recuperate from a severe illness. In the same year, with his knowledge of Clifton, he entered the competition to design a bridge over the Avon Gorge at Clifton, and won eventually, even against giants of engineering of the time like Thomas Telford. This drawing shows his design with Clifton and the observatory building on the right. Samuel Jackson's 1831 painting of the impact of Brunel's design is shown here. Before proceeding with the bridge, a reminder of Brunel's other involvements with Bristol. Brunel had been appointed chief engineer to the Great Western Railway Company with the shared vision to connect London to the Atlantic and the Americas and beyond via Bristol, first by train to Bristol and then by ship. Brunel's success with his broad gauge railway to Bristol from his Paddington station terminates at Templemead station, still there and shown here in these stereo pictures made from Google Earth images. Brunel's ships were first the Great Western, a paddle steamer built in Bristol, the world's longest ship at the time, 72 metres long. Her maiden voyage was in 1838 and she was successful in transatlantic crossings. Next came the SS Great Britain, built in Bristol, the world's first all-iron screw propeller ship, launched in 1843. It was 98 metres long and was used around the world. It is now a museum in dry dock in Bristol. The massive Great Eastern was built on the Thames. Work on the Clifton suspension bridge of Brunel's design started in 1831, but the Bristol riots of that year halted all work, and refinancing the project allowed it to resume in 1836. Various problems with contractors and funding difficulties caused all work to be stopped in 1843, and the ironwork to be sold to be used for Brunel's Royal Albert Saltash Bridge, etc. And so we were left with the two distinct stone towers and no bridge. The towers remained, and in the 1850s intrepid travellers could cross the gorge in a basket slung from a single iron bar between the towers. No more work was done until 1862. These stereo photographs show the bare towers in pre-1862 photographs. These last four images show Hotwell's front onto the river, and the last one includes the Royal Pump Room establishment, with the paths going down to it from Clifton, as can be seen in modern stereo photographs taken from the bridge. The pump room was demolished in 1867 subsequent to the Victorian closure, but the colonnade has remained to today. After Brunel's early death at the age of 53 in 1859, the Institution of Civil Engineers decided to finish the bridge as a memorial to Brunel using a revised design by Barlow and Hawkshaw. and making use of Brunel's redundant Hungerford suspension bridge chains. Work started in 1862 and the bridge was opened in grand style in 1864. These images show some of the construction work on the bridge, going through to completion of the toll booths and the road surface and preparing for completion. The completed bridge in 1864 has changed little, as we can see from comparison with my recent stereo photographs. It is 412 metres long and the deck is 101 metres or 331 feet above high water of the Avon below. There is some repetition with these 19th century images, but I have included all of the available images just in case you can see something I have missed. The Hot Wells front comes into view. My pictures of it for practical and safety reasons come from under the Brunel Way and from the bridge itself, which gives an excellent view of the surroundings. The Hot Wells keys and floating key were much used, but seem to be in decay today. At the city end of the Hot Wells front, we have the impressive early 19th century lock system around the Cumberland Basin, which produced Bristol's floating harbour. This avoided vessels being dumped on the mud twice a day. The distinct difference in water levels behind the lock gates can be appreciated in this picture. The remaining pictures give views along the gorge towards the Severn estuary and the sea. Quarrying was important along the gorge, and this picture shows Black Rock House, along with Black Rock itself. And of course vessels became stranded by the large Avon tides, and this was the problem with Bristol as a port. difficult access to the sea along the winding tidal Avon.